Okay, so this is my last and final attempt at streaming The Sims today. Today we have so many issues. First, my internet for some reason kept cutting out on my computer only, while I was streaming, so my stream wouldn't stay live. And then after I fixed that, The Sims kept crashing. And it literally just crashed while trying to launch the game just now. So I'm hoping that this sorts. If if it does, this is gonna go up onto YouTube after. So I'm not gonna bother playing any music in case for any reason music was in in case for any reason it was the music causing the game to crash. So we are going to be working on the Simsie Dino Shell Challenge. I have it placed in the new world. That came in Snowy Escapes. And I want to build a little bump out. I don't know if it's gonna go to here as well because I don't know if I can. So let's come here, and I just want a platform. Can I pull it out here? Oh no, that messes with the walls. Can't do that. Can't do that. We just can't touch the walls. And it just disconnected. And it's attempting to reconnect. Yay. So if this doesn't work, if it can't stay connected, like I have this recording right now. My plan is, if it doesn't work, I'm just gonna turn off my stream things, like my little webcam and whatnot, and I'm just gonna record the building process and make a speed build video for it. And where did the basement go? The basement's gone. Okay, so as you guys have already heard me explain, I have tried streaming this. I spent like a good hour just trying to stream this, and so I kind of gave up. Right here, I'm still trying to stream, but it wasn't actually streaming. So, I decided to just speed it up from the point when I realized that the basement wasn't there. So this stream had given me so many problems. Like I wrote down a few bullet points for myself here while I was editing. So as I said, I was trying to stream. The stream, for some reason, my computer kept saying that it wasn't connected to the internet while I was streaming, but the internet was working perfectly fine. And when I stopped streaming, it would reconnect after a moment. So I don't know what the problem was. And then my game had crashed a few times, and like when I was loading in the basement, when I was quote unquote streaming, it had froze, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's gonna crash again. It's gonna crash. But it didn't crash, which is good. So I kept building to see if it was gonna reconnect. It wasn't reconnecting, and I spent about maybe 10 minutes after I had started speeding it up. 10 to 20 minutes streaming it. And then I was like, okay, yeah, no, it's not gonna reconnect. I'm just gonna turn this into a speed build video, which was my second option. So I guess I'm gonna start posting speed build of Shell Challenge. Also, you can hear commotion in the background. I'm still figuring out how to get my mic properties better, so please bear with it. That I live with my grandparents and my uncle's been staying with us, so I greatly apologize if you hear any of that. Because I don't know what the mic settings are like too much in my editing software, which is where I'm recording this voiceover from. So I'm hoping it's not too bad. Also, another problem that I was having when I was trying to stream was the basement. I don't know what I was doing wrong when I placed a lot, but it kept disappearing. The basement kept disappearing. I don't know if it was because I would move them a lot after, and then it was like, okay, no, bye bye basement, and then it would be gone. But after that last time that I reloaded the house into the world, it was fine. The basement stayed, which is good. And then, so I feel like the floor plan in this house is kind of weird. So up here on the top floor, is literally just a bedroom and a bathroom. That's all it is. This big section with the little balcony, that's the bedroom. Oh my gosh. They are arguing. I am so sorry if you guys hear this. But yeah, no, the bathroom probably could have been a little bit bigger. If I'm being honest, I could have made it a little bit bigger. I probably could have tried to make it one line out more and stuck the toilet in that little crook, that little pop out area. I could have stuck the toilet in there, made the bathroom bigger because it was a little bit cramped. But it's fine. It's fine. But anyway, what I was saying about, I think I was gonna say that I've been enjoying doing some shell builds lately because I've been doing them with my friends, and so we would find one, and all of us we would sit and we would do it. And we've done two of them so far. This is my third shell that I've done these past 2 weeks, probably. I think it's been about 2 weeks. And it's the first one that I didn't absolutely load up with plants. The first one was like a really small one, and I was kind of like, oh yeah, this person, they're in love with plants, but they're also kind of modern. And then the second one was a lot bigger. It was like almost as big as this one, but like when I first started doing it, I had to step away from it for a couple days because when I was trying to do it, I was trying to do three different styles at once. And then when I just took a step away from it for a couple days, and then I went back and I had no problems with it. But yeah, so I think you're definitely gonna be seeing more shell challenges because I've been enjoying them because they've been helping with working on my floor plans and whatnot. Because when I tried building The Sims, it's very boxy, and this helps me to practice decorating and also helps me figure out more interesting floor plans and to explore more in The Sims. Um, I'm just looking at my notes here. Oh, yeah, so I'm pretty sure I already touched on this. Like, it's a very awkward floor plan. I didn't know what to do for the kitchen, like right here. I played around with it a few times. I tweaked it. I played it around with a few different layouts, but the way that I did it in the end, I really enjoyed it. I feel like it's really cute, and the bottom floor is just completely open concept. Besides the bathroom, it's like literally you come in. It's kind of like a um I don't know what you would call it when you walk in, because I had that little um sitting on the floor thing. I forget what it's called, a katatsu or something like that. And I have that there, and a little TV, because um I was inspired by more Japanese, Asian culture houses. Like, so I have put this in the world. I can't remember the name of it for the life of me. The one that came in Snowy Escapes, I put it in that world, and I was very inspired by the packs. And I was trying to mostly just use that pack, but I think I wound up using almost every single pack that I own, except, well, I don't think I used anything from Bowling Day, but I'm primarily used Snowy Escapes for the most part because I love the items in Snowy Escapes so much, and it's such a different style of house that I've done ever in The Sims, and I'm really enjoying it. So definitely look forward to more of that for me. Other plans coming forward. I'm hoping to get more regular with uploading to YouTube. I know I've been on like a very long hiatus. I haven't uploaded any content in a long while, but that is because I hadn't been very well mentally, and I had lost a lot of motivation for a lot of things. But I'm feeling better, and I'm a lot more motivated to do things, and I'm in a much better place to be doing these things. This summer coming around, I probably won't be able to stream too much because unless I can figure out how to get my AC set up in my room, It's gonna be way too hot with my computer set up to stream. I will be going away for a while in June. So I'm gonna start posting in May, and then I'm gonna be like, bye, I'm leaving for like a week. um, but I do have a few game ideas for videos. I really want to do a playthrough of Bioshock because I played a bit of the first one, and the second one, and um, I've never beat them, and I want to play Bioshock Infinite too. So I'm definitely going to be doing a streamed playthrough of them, and that's going to be a lot of fun. So that's something you can look forward to because I'm actually planning on starting recording for that this week, hopefully, depending on work because work is very busy as well. Perfect timing for me to start doing all this time consuming stuff outside of work when my work is hectic. But I don't know, it feels like a good time for me. So another one that I want to do, I might do Danganronpa. I've been thinking about that. You might wind up seeing some Elden Ring content from me as well. I haven't beat it yet. I've been playing it since the launch day, but I stopped playing for a while because my controller was dying, and I was waiting for my new one to come in. My new one is in, and now I'm stuck at one of the bosses. So you might see more content of that coming up. You might see some Call of Duty. These are all the ideas that I have floating around. Just Call of Duty and Elden Ring. Let's see, what else was I thinking of posting? I know for sure I'm gonna do Bioshock. I might do Bendy and the Ink Machine because I'm only so far on Bendy and the Ink Machine. And if anyone's interested in Bobby Playtime, I will do that. Actually, I am planning on doing that when the second chapter releases. I'm gonna do a playthrough of the first chapter because I believe the second chapter is supposed to come out soon, and I did stream the first chapter, but I'm going to record, play it again, and record it to put it up on YouTube. Um, Also, I'm definitely going to be doing a lot of Sims content, by the way. So if you guys have any build challenges or anything that you want to see me try doing, because I've been loving building more than anything recently.
No, that's wrong.
I forgot to mute my phone. I am so sorry. I got little to no notifications today, so I forgot to turn on. And of course, someone decides to message me while I'm recording. So I apologize. I know that was probably very, very loud. No, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I was talking about wanting to do Poppy Playtime. I will 100% be doing Poppy Playtime, and I do want to do more build challenges in the sense like maybe ones that restrict me to specific packs. I think that would be fun. So like only like say Snowy Escapes and base game. That would be fun. So it'd be base game plus this, maybe limited money and sizes because I do want to try and build a functional and a good little tiny home because I did try building a tiny home for one of my Sims that I'm playing with, but I don't really care for the layout of it, so I do want to try building one again, and maybe I'll wind up moving him into that house because I did start a legacy, but I'm only done one generation, and I've kind of lost interest with the other one. And I might have to swap over to one of his siblings who I had envisioned bigger plans for. But what would suck is I spent their childhood focusing on the one that I was going to play as when they aged up. So I think I will continue. I should continue focusing on that guy. I am going to have to get back to that legacy at some point, generation, whatever. uh, I just kind of completely lost interest because I was kind of going along the same lines as my first generation when I went back when I started my second one, and that wasn't a very good idea because it made me completely lose interest in it. And then I just completely started doing shell challenges, and that's all I've done in The Sims since. Like, I did make another sim to try start playing with Snowy Skips because I wanted to make a famous um, style influencer slash snowboarder, and that was my plan. And I only played like one day on that sim so far, and then I started this shell challenge because I really wanted to try and get it done before Lilsimsie did the stream tours, but she had started working on the or started doing the stream tours when I was recording this, so I'm a little late for that. But that's okay. I didn't know I didn't build this with the intentions of her seeing it anyway, because I know she gets so many submissions. I just want to do it for myself. And because it's called the Dino Shell, because according to her, it kind of looks like a dino. And I'm a dinosaur nut. And one thing that I have been doing, and all my shell builds so far, which is now, is gonna be mandatory. And all my shell builds, so like, kind of like how Kayla or Lilsimsie always had this little steamboat in her builds. I don't know if she still does that because I don't watch her as often as I used to. Um, she used to always put the steamboat in her builds, and so right now I've been taking. I don't even know how much it costs, but I've been taking the statue of the T Rex skull, and I've been putting that in my yard somewhere. Basically like a shrine, like so, like I think it's called like a gondola. I put that in my first build. I put a flower gondola over it, and then I put a whole bunch of flowers behind it, so like you could see the pedestal it was on. And then my last one, I kind of tried to hide it in the plants in the backyard, and then I kind of went along the same routes with this one. I covered it with a bunch of plants to hide the base, so that all you could see in the plants is the skull. And I had a lot of fun with that. Also, this basement, I'm very happy with it because my whole vision for it, ever since the moment I started this challenge, was a cozy little basement. Like, part of me thought, like, maybe putting a bed down in here, but it's like, no, I just want to put this cute fireplace I found down here and have a TV because I couldn't figure out a good layout for a TV and couch upstairs. So I put a nice big TV and a nice big couch and a comfy chair. And then over in the other little nook, you've got your little reading corner by the fire. So, like in the winter, you can be all toasty. Put your feet up on the little jelly guy. But yeah, also, with I don't know if you could tell, but another heavy influence for this house was like a skier. So basically, the same style as this is more like a house that the something I built the other or made the other day. I She was like the person living in this house in my mind because she's a very colorful sim, and she is athletic and she likes snowboarding and fashion and cute stuff, and she's kind of traditional as well for like um somewhat traditional, I'd say. So I was going very neutral colors originally, like on the main floor. It was very browns, blacks, and whatnot. Very a lot of like more natural colors, not a lot of bright, crazy colors or anything. Mostly because a lot of the items in Snowy Escapes, they don't have that many bright, colorful swatches. Like I'm just gonna call it the Kotatsu. I'm sorry if it's not called a Kotatsu. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. I was really hoping that they'd have it in like some nice warmer colors, some bright colors to bring some color and life into the room. But I found there are a lot of darker, more neutral, earthy colors, which I was like, oh, but that's probably more realistic to what they really look like in real life. And they're not everything is gonna be all cutesy and bright. And then when I started on this room here, the bedroom, this is when so I started getting more colorful in the basement because there's very yellows and blues in the basement. Then I came up here and I was gonna keep it along the same lines as the rest of the house, more blues and neutral tones. And then everything went down here. I think this ottoman thing that I put down here, that's what did it. Because I put the pink and I was like, oh, I like the pink with the blue. And I thought that was super cute. And but I was like, okay, yeah, the one pop of color. And so I kept going and I kept going, and then next thing I knew, it was just so much color, so much life, and I'm honestly glad that I wound up adding a lot more color because I feel like the color really emphasizes me. Oh yeah, these lanterns are also what inspired it because I absolutely love the cherry blossom pattern for the lamps. And then we've got the blue dresser. I had such a hard time laying this out because I have one weird nook. I didn't know what to put in it. And I think I wound up putting a plant in there. And there's so many swatches, and like this one here, there's two swatches. They're almost the exact same, except for one little spot, one little drawer that was orange. I was like, what is the difference between these two swatches? They look the exact same. And then I realized, oh, okay. And then here we go, turning everything pink in the room. It felt so weird because it's like you come in and it's not that colorful, and then you come upstairs and you're like, okay, this is fairly colorful, and then you enter the bedroom and I was like, whoa, this is color. Oh, so these little garland things I just put beside the bed and the desk, I have looked for those in other builds and I couldn't find them. Very rarely have I classified by wall decorations when I've been decorating. And I knew that those bead like things were a thing, but I couldn't find them. So I was like, oh, maybe it was something else. But no, they're there. They were there. I just missed them completely. Also, the whole time that I was working on this, I was listening to like iceberg videos and stuff. So like one was like about unsolved cases and stuff. And there's another one about mass hysteria. So I'm like watching this and like I get to certain parts and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember what I was listening to there. I was listening to this. Like there's a point where I was doing something beside the door and I was like editing this and I was like, man, why does this make me think of a girl that was jealous of her boyfriend dancing and then went into some sort of weird thing? I was like, oh yeah, because that's what was happening in the video. He was talking about this one weird thing that happened. But oh, mass! I've been really enjoying like icebergs and like iceberg videos and stuff on like different topics. Like the mass hysteria one was so interesting because there's so many. I didn't know there's so many instances of mass hysteria. Like when I thought of mass hysteria, I thought of like the beginning of 2020 where everyone was piping out toilet paper and stuff. And like I thought that was gonna be on the list, but that was probably obviously left off because probably everybody thinks of that when it comes to like mass hysteria. But no, there's cases of like there's interesting ones that have to do with nuns, and um like there is ones where nuns were biting each other, one where nuns were just meowing, and I'm just like, that's mass hysteria. And I'm like, okay, okay, that's interesting. Because like I thought it was all gonna have to do with panic because of sicknesses and plagues, but no, it's just a whole bunch of different phenomenons where people are where scientists and doctors and stuff are like, yeah, no, this was mass hysteria, and some of them were very funny. I really enjoyed that. We're almost done the build. We're pretty much done the house. After we're getting close to done. See this bathroom here? It was very small. I was gonna add plants into the bathroom, but I didn't have the space for the plants, which made me kind of sad. But then I was like, but then again, I had done very good. Like, I've had that weird colorful cactus that was in the bedroom on the desk. It was like a galaxy looking, and I was like, whoa, this is so cool because I didn't know. This just looked like a normal cactus, and I was like looking at the different swatches, thinking it was gonna be the pot and maybe the flower, and then I was like, whoa, it is a purple and blue cactus that looks like it's glowing. That is super cool. And it might be my new favorite item in this base game because when I seen that, I was like, whoa, maybe it's sitting living because like it's like an alien plant or maybe Stranger Things, not Stranger Things. Um, I know it's not called Stranger Things. Strangerville. That's it. From Strangerville, because like that one also had to do with like aliens and stuff. But no, it was base game. I'm like, I don't know if it was in a pack and then they took it out and put it in the base game, which I don't know why they do that. I like when I'm making Sims and then I see content that I know was from like Get Famous and stuff. I'm like, yo, why? Like this is content that I paid for, that someone paid for, and they take it and they make it free in the base. Kind of like how everyone was upset about the hot tub, about how they took like the one like many people like me bought patio stuff just for the hot tubs, and then they took it and they made it free. But and they keep doing that with little things like the odd clothing item or the odd item. And it's like you're now getting, if you buy that pack now, you're getting less things than you would have got if you bought it before. And it's kind of not right. It's kind of messed up. Um, Also, one of my favorite things recently has become that ceramic bunny that I found there. I put on a thing. I've been loving that bunny because I got a version of it in my playthrough. One of my kids, or in my legacy, one of my kids got it from school, but I'm pretty sure it was in a different color because they were such a good student. They got that bunny of achievement, and I was like, "Yo, that's pretty lit." Um, My other favorite thing is the cat with the succulents in his back. I love it. It's adorable. Also, if anyone knows how to rotate items so that they're not at the snapping place, because I swear to God that there's a cheat to be able to freely rotate it and have them at specific angles, but I have not been able to figure it out. I've been looking it up, and I haven't been able to find it. That's why you see me clicking, rotating things so much. Cause like even me watching this sometimes, I'm like, man, I just spun that in a circle 3 times trying to get the perfect angle, but I couldn't get the perfect angle. Because there's some things where I'm like, yeah, it would work if I can get it at this specific angle, but I can't get it at that specific angle. So then I'm like, okay, gotta scrap that idea. And it was at this point that I tried to make the main floor match the rest of the house by making it more lighter and brighter. So I made most of the wooden furniture white and um, changed the curtains to pink and whatnot. Added more color. And I'm really glad that I did because it ties the rest of the house together so much better than it was before. And then I removed the window and curtain above the stove because I was like, yo, that's kind of a safety hazard, and it kind of bugged me. And I really wanted to put the fume hood there, And then I realized that I had next to no windows on that one side of the lower house. I would have put one near the doors as well, but I really like the little hutch that I had there, so I left that be. And I didn't know that you couldn't put items on the little landings on the stairs until now. So like my shoes and stuff that I have beside the doors, I only got them there because of move objects, and even with move objects on, I still couldn't really get the items on there. I kind of had to cheat it upwards to put it on there because it wasn't registering it as like a floor or anything. I probably could have just put a platform there instead of the stairs, but I didn't think about that until like when I had the house done and I was editing and I was watching this. I was like, man, I could have done that. Also, in case you were wondering why the house you didn't see too much of the decorating for the lower portion of the house, the main floor, is because for some reason my recording program had stopped recording The Sims at some point, and I didn't realize until I was done for the day, and the main floor was already completely done. That's why you seen like a little bit of the main floor, and then I was working on the basement. That is why. And I'm sorry, guys. Like literally that day, this build was so cursed that day. Today I had no problems. I finished decorating the house. I have been editing with no problems. Cross my fingers. Everything's been fine. I don't know how this audio is, but I'm not gonna sit and ramble for another half an hour because I'm sure you guys are getting tired of my random ramblings and me stopping and be like, oh yeah, this point that I should have spoke about at quite a while ago. Um, because of my ADHD. Sorry. I'm just talking for like half an hour straight. My voice is getting hoarse. Um, so also in future videos, gameplay, anything, you are gonna get a lot of this. You're gonna get a lot of this. And before my videos were simply just stream highlights, you're gonna get a lot more actual gameplay that isn't just highlights. And of course, it's gonna be edited to be a bit more entertaining because sometimes I get really focused on the game, and there can be quite a while of me not talking because I get so focused in on what I'm trying to do. So I'm kind of curious how like Bioshock and it's gonna go. Yeah, here's the dinosaur. I was gonna put both that little shrine and the dinosaur at the back of it, and I was like, no. And I put the dinosaur for in the front. Plus, it makes it a little bit different from my other ones that I did, and um, it kind of helped me to fill out the front yard a little bit. I had no idea what to do because I didn't have any inspiration for like actual like barbecue area because normally I put that at the very back where the back door is, but the back door is kind of put there to fill an awkward space in the house. And so it's kind of awkwardly there, and it's like, yeah, you can put the garbage can there. Take that out. Take the garbage out, put it in the back. And then you'd have to walk all the way around with the garbage to take it out, but at least it's not at the front of the house. It's like, I don't know why, but I don't like putting the garbage cans at the front of the house with my Sims build, but right beside the front door, because that's the one that you're going to use the most. I'm like, man, you're going to smell the garbage. You're going to smell the garbage. The garbage is probably going to, like, the garbage bag might break, and garbage is going to go all over your front porch, and that'd be so gross. Much better to put it in the back, where you're not going to be as often. Especially in this house, like, we've got our little balcony up front. Also, I completely forgot to put stuff on the front porch going in. Um, but I did so much on the outside and whatnot. I feel like it's okay to have the odd spot like that where it doesn't really have much going on, but I feel like it looks kind of awkward. I don't know how playable this house is. I did have a sim in here originally to play test it, but I wound up having to move her out. I evicted her because um, I tried doing the cheat for infinite money for building, but it was still using up the household fund, so I wound up with only like 3 simoleons. And I was like, why can't I put flooring in the bathroom? And I was like, oh, because I have no money. Um, and so I had to evict the household. So I have not playtested this. If anyone wants to try playtesting it, please go ahead. Let me know if it works. But we're now at the end here, and we'll have a nice little walkthrough here. And then that'll be it for the video. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. Leave a like, follow if you want to see more, and please stay tuned for more content from me. And I'm gonna leave y'all be for now. And you guys have a great night. Bye.